Hi, English 9 students, and welcome to our first unit together, Finding Common Ground. We're kicking this off this week, and we're going to be working in this unit for the next few weeks. So I just want to explain to you what we're going to be doing in this unit and kind of open it up so you can see the kinds of topics we're going to be discussing here. So in Finding Common Ground, our first unit, our goals are to explore the essential question of the unit, which I'll share with you in just a moment, to make connections with current events, things happening in our real world, to read literature that addresses the essential question, and craft our own response to the essential question in personal essay or personal narrative form. We're also going to be working on these skills goals I mentioned in our intro slides, using writing as an important and necessary function to affect change and make meaning, using reading to experience the world and gain awareness, and then developing communication skills for appropriate audience and purpose. So I want to take a minute to just share and break down our essential questions. That's where we're going to start this whole unit. These next few weeks, every text we read and discussion we have is going to bring us back to this question. And our end product at the end of this unit, our personal essay and personal narrative, is going to come back to our answer to this question. So the question is, how can we come together despite our differences? That sounds like a really simple question, but it's actually really big and complicated. So to help us start thinking about it, I'd like us to break it down. And here are the things I want us to answer. Who are we? When it says, how can we come together? Who's the we it's talking about? When it says, despite our differences, what are those differences? And then when it says, how can we come together? What does it mean to come together? So what I'm giving you in these next few slides is a chance to explore these topics. And sorry, my room lights just went out. There we go. Now I'm back again. These next few slides help us explore, and I'm giving you some examples. So here's a quotation from Kofi Annan. It says, we may have different religion, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race. So breaking it down, right? Who's the we here? We and one human race kind of tells me we is all of humanity. Differences, he mentioned several, right? Religion, languages, skin color, and then come together. He doesn't really say explicitly, but he means come together as one human race. So agree on something, move forward, find things we have in common. That one's a little more up in the air, right? And this is just one example. Here are a few more you can kind of think through. This one's from Hamilton. If you click on these pictures, they link you to things. If you're a Hamilton fan like I am, you've seen this and you know this. If you're not, take a chance to watch it if you haven't, if you have Disney Plus. If you can't, listen to the soundtrack. It's awesome. Here in these two images, this image links you to a biography page that explains a little bit more about the actual historical figures of Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. This picture links you to a song from the musical that explains kind of Aaron Burr's perspective and links back to that come together part. So check that out. Our next example comes from more current events, street murals. This is an image of the Black Lives Matter mural that's painted on Indiana Avenue downtown, and it links to an Indy Star article. This is an image of the Back the Blue mural painted on a street in Tampa, and it offers you a link to an article about that. And the fourth example I'm giving you is the 2020 election, right? Both of these images, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden and Republican nominee and current incumbent President Trump. Both of these images link to a Reuters article kind of comparing these two candidates and these two leaders on their perspectives and their platforms. So after you've explored these in the slides below, clicked on these links and looked at each of these examples in light of this original question, who are we? What are our differences and what does it mean to come together? So again, take some time, look through all of these. Sorry for that link click. Really sit with these questions in these examples. See if you can answer them for all these examples. Who is the we it mentions? What are the differences? What does it mean to come together? Once you've explored those examples, take a chance to actually answer the questions yourselves. In your opinion, who are we? In your opinion, what are our differences? In your opinion, what does it mean to come together? Please try to support your answers with some examples. These can be drawn from your own experience and observation. They don't need to be researched, or they could come from your own viewing and reading experience. If you want to draw from the examples I've pulled from, I really like to get your own thoughts and perspective, though. The reason I gave you the other examples was just some food for thought to help you get your wheels turning. And finally, give us your answer to this last question, this big essential question. How can we come together despite our differences? This is really our first look at the question, just based on a few examples I pulled. As we get into future weeks, we'll read more current events articles and more out of our textbook to help us come back to this question. At the end of our unit, we'll get to form our final response. So I look forward to hearing your first thoughts and seeing your examples and your experiences. And let me know if you have any questions as you're working on this. Thanks, guys.